It's the Dead Vlogs. Sit on back, relax, and enjoy. Share, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Let's do this. Meep. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, getting close. Alrighty, so today, well, what's up everybody? XXXDEADHEAD here. And before I get started, I just want to say thank you to all the support for the last video. It was, it's very awesome of you guys. Motorcycle risk explained. There's a lot more that I could say, a lot more examples, I guess. I think that would be the next step, was to kind of just give you an idea of how those risks are mitigated as you ride, you know, looking around your corners and such. Anyways, thank you so much for the support on that video. I had a lot of fun making it, and it's definitely something that's near and dear to my heart. Today's topic, I haven't really quite finished or finalized in my head how to even, what I'm going to talk about or how I'm going to go about doing it. So you'll have a better idea, I guess, from the the title of this video than I will as of right now. I have really no idea what I'm going to talk about, but I know that I'm going to talk about motorcycle clubs. And the first thing I want to do, to start it off, is maybe something a little unorthodox, but most of you, you'll know who you are because you've been with my channel for such a long time. But most of you, a lot of you, are now official patch members of the Deadhead Motorcycle Club, a group, an organization founded online with virtual, digital 0 and 1 binary code written patches. We can be 3-patch, a 3-piece patch, but we could be the cube root of it. I mean, we can create whatever we want because it's just a totally online entity. It's not really a tangible thing. I don't know if starting a motorcycle club like that online would justify some of the 1%ers towards, you know, threatening us to conform to their standards. Oh, I gotta wait for people. So here's the thing. I don't really know a whole lot about motorcycle clubs, and I'm no specialist. I haven't, you know, lived amongst the tribal people to get to know their ways and record the data, and you know, I haven't done any of this extensive research by any means. My extensive research, the only research I've ever done for a motorcycle club is everything I have thought I know about motorcycle clubs leading up till now. I'm going to include a couple posts by some subscribers, both AK Deluxe Rider and BC Buchanan. Both kind of gave me this idea for talking about motorcycle clubs. And then last night, just because I felt like a total idiot when it came to knowing about motorcycle clubs, I called my uncle, who he's actually the national president of a 2-piece patch group up in Oregon that is a motorcycle ministry group. And so he's kind of excluded, I guess. I mean, he's included with the group stuff, but he's kind of excluded because it's more of a church-based operation, the religious group. So yeah, let's just do this. And so anyways, the main concept, I don't even know if this is what I'm going to be talking about, but the main reason I wanted to talk about motorcycle clubs is because with the Are You a Biker video, dear Lord, that sun is bright in my eyes. That time change really screwed things up. Let's see if I can get off this road soon. With the Are You a Biker video, I felt like you know, it's kind of divided. A lot of people feel like that the word biker belongs to people in motorcycle clubs, and then a lot of people feel that it doesn't belong to motorcycle clubs. It belongs to the real motorcycle enthusiasts, or the real motorcycle hardcore lovers. I don't know if this guy's changing on my lane or what, so bye-bye. And so anyways, I started thinking about this, and anyway, there was a comment by BC Buchanan, and we'll kind of just hold it as an assumption that we can maybe, like, we'll just say the assumption is true, right? Even though what he's saying might not be, you know, the truth as it applies to all motorcycle clubs, but his statement was that you know, a lot of the one percenters, they put a lot of their money into buying the motorcycle that they're going to use. And protect me from the sun, truck. Don't turn into my lane though, dude. Crap, I put myself in a really shitty spot. I'm pretty sure he knows I'm here, but I'm guessing. Oh, there's the sun. Anyways, they put a lot of their money into their bikes, so they don't have a whole lot of money, and then the majority of their motorcycle club experiences is rooted in, I don't want to go that way, is rooted in, I just want to get out of here. I don't like this positioning. This guy, it's your fault, buddy. A lot of their time and effort is spent with just the brotherhood of the club that they belong to. So, before I get too far into it, I kind of feel like I should just do an overall overview thing of motorcycle clubs. And the main thing is, like, in my area, one of the predominant groups here is the Hells Angels, and then south of me is the Mongols, and they've been at, like, war with each other. I should probably want to go that way, but we'll see. I'm definitely not going that way now. Well, I guess I could still now. This guy wants my lane. I want my lane. I'm gonna give it to him, and then rev my engine in disgust. All right, wow, my brain isn't focusing. So you have motorcycle clubs all around the world, and they're very territorial, especially the higher 1% or the top. It would be like the three-piece groups, right? And so these three-piece groups, they have on their back of their vest, they'll have the top rocker, a middle rocker, or a middle picture, and then a bottom rocker. And that signifies, I guess, the three pieces, from what I understand. And that has to be earned, and that's just generally for those groups that have been around the longest, that have earned the most respect. And it's generally, I would guesstimate, that it's controlled by the organizations or the clubs that have the most influence. And I would guess, I mean, I would hypothesize that influence is generally attained by the use of aggression, fear. And you will respect me because you fear me, is my belief on how it's going down. But I could be totally wrong. And I don't know if this is for all territories or not, but it's generally the ones that really want to have control of the coalition of that territory, the gathering of groups of that territory. They're usually going to be the ones that have the most incentive to kind of enforce how things go down in their area. And so, you know, as an example of this, you know, we have, and I'm not going to go too far into detail with, like, the Hells Angels, because one of the things that came up that my uncle talked to me about was that by, you know, talking about this really opens me up to, you know, offending very large and powerful organizations that do have a lot of control and power within our country. And AK Deluxe Rider, an awesome subscriber and an awesome vlogger from up in Anchorage, Alaska, was talking about, and I think it was the Hells Angels he mentioned, but he was talking about how, you know, a fellow member passed away, and so 200 or so club members came up and basically just owned that town. You know, the 15 police officers or the 15 cops just did not know how to handle that many bikers, if you will. And so I think that's kind of, you know, shows the power and significance of that control that they can exert. The larger they are and the more they're feared, the more they're respected. And if they're respected, then people listen to them. So, yeah, I've gone way off topic. I don't even know. So are they bikers? Well, I think Hollywood has something to do with this. The word biker, in my opinion, is a very spiky word, right? Like it's just aggressive. You can picture, like when I say the word biker, you can picture like a ball with spikes on it, versus the word motorcycle enthusiast, which would be more like maybe a golf club. And I mean, these are horrible analogies, but the words themselves give off a vibe, a description. And so I think that this is why, you know, motorcycle clubs get this this term of biker, because Hollywood has kind of deemed it so, all right? And the federal government probably, or our governments probably deem it that way as well, because it's such a spiky word, and Hollywood has painted it thus. They you know, lump sum all the motor clubs into bikers. And the reality is that not all motorcycle clubs are outlaws. And there are definitely motorcycle clubs that, you know, encompass just about every facet of life. And I'm sure you have clubs that are filled with doctors, lawyers, and so on, that have respect of the higher up motorcycle clubs. But they have respect in the sense that they get to tell that one-piece group that they have sponsored into becoming a patched group, they get to kind of tell them what they're going to be doing. Hey, we're hosting an event, and we want you guys to come out and cook for us. And they have to play, you know, these motorcycle clubs, from what I understand in the territories, they do pretty much have to play a game of politics with the higher up motorcycle clubs that are in power. And so anyways, the top order, I guess, I should have made this more clear, was the three-piece are the ones that are in more, they have more control, more influence. The two pieces, they can sponsor the ones right below them. The two-piece or the one-piece groups below them. And you can try to start up your own motorcycle club and wait for 2 or 3 years only to be told, no, we don't like your colors, we don't like we don't agree, we're not going to support you becoming a patched group. And then you're left with the political choice of trying to find somebody to support you. And you know, somebody to put their name out. But then if they do that, there comes a cost of your club is gonna owe their club, you know, some level of respect. And the fear, I guess, at that point is managed by whether or not you get to keep your club or not, if it's going to be recognized. And if it's not recognized, I think there stands a good chance that, you know, you might get your face pounded in for disobeying when it's all said and done. I think the root of motorcycle clubs is based on that fear, that aggression, and the respect of that fear and the aggression. And I'm not going to say that that's a horrible thing. This has been found within societies all throughout history, and even our own government. I mean, everybody in power runs their, they control their groups through the influence of fear and respect. You know, fear and that political influence, and that's how they control their groups. I mean, that's just how control happens in this world. Maybe in a natural sense, that's just how it happens. But you can have groups that are formed that have nothing to do with fear, they have nothing to do with aggression, and they will be recognized within the system. But the system is still going to have its military force, it's still going to have its information source. I mean, I guarantee you that like groups like the Hells Angels has a public relations team in the organization side of their club, and they probably even have an information systems group that handles, you know, watches for YouTube videos like this and realizes whether or not I'm a threat, which I'm sure that some schmuck cruising around on a girly bike like this Harley Sportster is not going to be much of a threat. I would love to do like some type of documentary. I've thought about this before. I'd love to meet up with like some of the big ups or the head honchos within, don't do it, lady, you know, within the Hells Angels, and just interview them, kind of do a documentary and just get to know what it is. I have zero interest, when it's all said and done, in joining a motorcycle club. But when I think about it, you know, I think about how I enjoy going out and riding with Gabe, and then there are several subscribers that I've gone out riding with that I loved riding with them. They were really cool to ride with, and I could see myself ultimately in the long run, you know, wanting to be part of an established group of people that I've met that have become like brothers, to form that brotherhood, so that way we can go out and ride, and no matter what comes at us, I know that I have a brotherhood that's going to be looking out after me. And at the heart of every motorcycle club, that's the security. That's one of the biggest benefits that you get. And our motorcycle clubs, are they the true bikers? Are they the true, like, they'll just want to ride everywhere they possibly can type of people? And I think that the short answer is not necessarily that they might be less apt to want to go to Utah for this epic journey, just to go there and come back, just to experience it. And that their interest might be more along the lines of cruising with their brotherhood to the local strip club, going out and getting drunk tonight, and, you know, at the highest echelon. And that as you move through the groups, you're going to find certain groups that love to go on big tours together, and certain groups that just kind of like to flash their patches to the local area. And everybody's going to do it for different reasons. So I would be very careful, I guess, lumping all motorcycle clubs into this one thought process of they're just outlaws. And understand that there are a lot of groups that do it just to show you and the rest of the world that you can be a motorcycle club and do nothing but spread positive messages and positive vibes. So that's all I have for you guys today on the motorcycle club aspect of things. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace out.